What's going on, YouTube? Matt M. Roy back once again. Thought I'd do a little bit better of a live stream. Mental health. A lot of us are suffering right now, me being one of them. A lot of people don't know how or why it's happening, but I'm attributing mine to burnout. I don't know about everybody else out there, but there are definitely signs that my mental health is not the best right now. And number one is my sleeping habits are totally off. As I discussed a little bit in the previous live stream I did about, 15 minutes ago, um, my sleeping, I'm either sleeping too much or not enough. Another thing is memory. My memory is like totally shot. There are times that somebody will ask me to do something, or I'm supposed to meet somebody somewhere, and I'll just totally forget. I'll just be sleeping, or I'll be kind of zoned out. The best way I described it is it's kind of being like a zombie. Go to do a sleep study. I could, but it's not sleep apnea. I know it's definitely not sleep apnea because my dad has sleep apnea, and that's, something totally different. With me, it's all up here because it's like being on a roller coaster. Your mind is constantly going. It doesn't know that you're supposed to stop and sleep and just get some rest, unfortunately. There are a few other signs. I'm actually been watching Psych to Go, which is one of my favorite channels, and I'll link this video to the live stream. That way you guys can click on it later if you want to watch it. But basically, they're talking about 5 different things that kind of are like a basically it's like a thing you should be aware of, that you're neglecting your mental health. And I just realized think I shared the right one. Just in case, I'm going to share another link. I don't know what that was. Let me remove that link. That's the link to the video. And what really surprised me is they say that where was it? 26% of people report they have good mental health. Another 62% say that their mental health is, they've had a mental health episode within the last like couple of months, and then the other like 20% say they're not sure. So they go 8 signs you're neglecting your mental health. One, you put everyone's needs before yours. That one's what they call the pathological people pleaser. And that's a little conundrum, right? Pathological people pleaser, pathological people pleaser. And that's me. I tended to be that way for a long time. I hate offending people. I still hate offending people. Um, but sometimes you have to. I mean, you can't go around trying to just please everybody. At the end of the day, you got to please yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, then your mental health is definitely going to take a turn for the worse. Can you do this for me? You agree with me, right? Do you think this is good? Do you want to do this? Do you want to go out? Do you want to go to this party? Can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? That's a burnout situation sometimes. And a lot of it manifests as guilt. Yeah, my family can be really good at guilt, believe me. I'm good at it too, though, honestly. And it leads to stress, depression, and neurotic tendencies. All 3 right here. Number 2, you lean on unhealthy habits to hide your emotions. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I know it can be many different things. A lot of times in my family, it was alcohol. I come from a family of alcoholics, unfortunately. Um, at least on one side of the family. And for me, it was always food. I would just go to food because at the end of the day, that's what made me feel better. I guess alcohol made some of my other family members feel better. Smoking, other things, drugs, stuff like that. George Stewart asked, "Do you have a short temper? Mad if you hang around the same person for more than a week or 10 days? Does it start to annoy you?" I do have a short temper, honestly. As to whether or not it has to do with hanging around the same person, I don't think so. Because I like consistency. That's something that is something that I actually strive for in life. If routine, if you will, I really enjoy the same routine. Number three, you lose interest in things you used to care about. Now that was a big one for me because I used to really enjoy going out and to restaurants with friends. Going out to eat. I've worked on computers for many years. I used to really enjoy working on computers. Rebuilding computers, helping people with their computer problems. And now it's just become kind of tedious. It's just something that has to get done. And I find that that is another sign that, at least me, in my see, I can't even talk right now. My mental health is definitely taking a turn for the worse. Five, you have physical symptoms that you can't explain. Now that one's a little bit harder to say because sometimes they don't physically manifest themselves. They say a lot of times mental problems and physical problems manifest themselves together. In my case, that hasn't happened. As a matter of fact, physically, I feel fantastic. I don't have any aches or pains really to speak of, anything like that. But no, no physical problems. Why are you naked? I'm not naked. I'm just not wearing a shirt right now. It's really hot in this room too, by the way. Like I haven't had my AC on in a while, and this room, my room with all the computer equipment, gets like 85, 90 degrees. So if I was to put a shirt on, you would see me sweating, like totally sweating. That was Jesse J. I don't know if you've been to, I think you were at one of my other live streams a while back. Trying to go over all the bullet points here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, oh, oh. Didn't mean to do that. Come on. It's like it's frozen. Here we go. Number eight, you overwork yourself to get to the finish line quickly. And that's something else that happens to a lot of people. And I'm definitely one of them too, because I like to get projects done. And a lot of times we have to remember it's not necessarily getting the project done. What's the word for it? The pleasure is actually doing it. So basically, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then kind of like what's the point in doing it? And I think we forget that a lot these days. And it's not it's not all our fault, to be honest with you. Social media plays a huge part in it, and I try my best not to use this thing all night long, and it's bad. I'll be the first one to admit that if I'm having a hard time sleeping, I want to get right on Facebook and see what everybody else is doing, maybe to see if they're having a hard time sleeping too. um, but I think one thing that'll definitely help is we need to get off of social media right now. That's not all together, but we need to limit the amount of social media that we're ingesting. Now, that's not helping me here, because if I tell you to limit your social media, then you're not watching my videos. But again, this is all about mental health versus trying to make money. Yes, dear ass. Did you ever get around to using that motherboard you were sent? No, I haven't. That one takes like a really weird cooler that I haven't been able to find. At least I haven't been able to find one that was a good price. Glad you remind me about that because I think that's still sitting either in my closet or it's in the storage over there. But either way, no, I haven't had a chance to use that yet. As a matter of fact, I built a computer from spare parts a few months ago. I was going to film it, but it's really hard to film around the house here. And that one I was able to use for about a month, and then it finally died. The motherboard kicked the bucket. An interesting story about that one. I went to, I did a trade with a guy, partial trade for a computer, and he gave me a better motherboard. So I went to swap the motherboard out that I had in that computer for the one he gave me, and the one he gave me wound up having bent pins on the CPU, so I wasn't able to use it. It was a Core i7 motherboard, I think it was. Yeah, it was a Core i series motherboard with a. I was using an i7 second gen processor, Sandy Bridge. So I had no choice. I swapped the CPU back into the original motherboard, put it back in the computer, and it didn't work. So something happened when I pulled the other motherboard out, probably a solder joint or something. But I just decided at the end I wasn't even going to bother with it. I'm not even sure what happened to that CPU. I think I probably still have it sitting up in my closet somewhere. George Stewart asked, does the holidays cheer you up? Not too much, to be honest with you. It's more stressful for me because, there's all that good food that I'm trying not to eat. Sometimes I like hearing the Christmas music at times. You guys are saying hi to Milo. Hey, Milo. Come here. Come here. Come here, baby. Come on. We can get Milo in for a minute, maybe. See if he'll stay. Come on. You gonna be camera shy now? Okay. We can fix that. Here we go. Say hi to Milo. He's a good boy. He's a good boy, Milo. He hears Baxter outside because I had to shut the door. Oh, yep. He hears Baxter meowing outside. I shut the door to keep one of them out, basically. So he probably is just going to be interested in that. I have an i7 2500K. It sits under my bed since 2018. Not used a PC since then. Well, I'm surprised because Sandy Bridge processors are still very capable. I can do a lot of video editing with a second gen Sandy Bridge i7. Even an i5 from that gen is still pretty usable. And when you get down to like the i3s, then you're really struggling. Jesse J, speaking of Milo, reminds me I was going to make a cup of Milo. I'm guessing that's some kind of tea. Redneck Mansion says, hi, Matt. Hello to you. Chris Garrett is here. Oh, we got 6 people. Nice. I'm sure there's more than that. This counter just never works for some reason. I don't know why. YouTube counter never works. Give you guys a few updates on what's been happening. I was able to fix the 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan, the power door lock. It wound up being the TIPA, the power module, total integrated power module, and that wound up being $1,155 out the door. That's right, about 1,100 and I think it was, yeah, about 1155. So almost, you might as well say with all the gas I had to go back and forth and all the headaches, it was more like a $1,200 repair. And that was just to fix the power door lock. So luckily that was kind of a present. My dad actually took care of that, which I'm very grateful for because there's no way I could have afforded to do that. But suffice to say, if that van starts to give me any more problems, I think I'm probably going to wind up having to get rid of it. Are you happy? Are you depressed? Are you worried? Or is it physical? Yes to everything except the last one. There are times that I'm happy, there are times I'm depressed, and it's weird because when you're bipolar, you're okay 1 second and the next second you're not. It's really weird. A lot of people don't get it. Like if you're not bipolar and you don't have depression, like bipolar with depression is something that happens over time. It's very hard to explain. OGP, hi, I'm watching a 4-minute ad on this video. I can't, unfortunately, I can't control the ads. I wish I could because I would do just like the 30-second ones. You can skip them though. Usually after like 10, 20 seconds, you can skip them. Okay, Redneck Mansion was classic mobile home. Nice. May have to end this in a minute because this cat really, really wants to go out. I mean, you should see he is at the door just kind of like. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about watching the entire ad. Chris Garrett trying to transfer text messages from iPhone to Android. Bet you that's a chore. I don't know if there's an easy way to do that other than, physically transferring them via like a computer using a USB cable. My iPhone 7 Plus battery is going bad. Well, kudos for going to Android. I'm a big Android fan. The last iPhone I owned was the iPhone 3GS, and I don't think I would go back. I'm not a big fan of the iOS. I like the flexibility of Android and never had a problem with it. I think after the iPhone 3GS, the Android phone I had right after that was the HTC One X, which to this day is still one of my absolute favorite phones. I wish I still had that phone. Now, granted, it's like a 2011, 2012 phone would be kind of useless now, but man, that thing had a great camera. It had a great build quality. At the time, it was really fast. I think it was running Android 4, something like that. Just a great phone. This is my mother's old Moto G from 2021. Can't be that old then. It'll do for now, but I really prefer iPhone. To each his own, it's just one of those things. I absolutely prefer Android over the iPhone, the iOS. I mean, I've had my share of even had my share of iPads in the past. I had an iPad second gen that I got from a friend of mine. I had a newer iPad. I had an iPad Mini 2, I think it was, that I got on trade. Had that for a while, but eventually I wound up selling it because I really prefer my Android tablets. I like my, I don't even remember, what is it? I have Samsung Galaxy, not an X, Samsung Galaxy Tab, the 10-inch one. So I don't know. They call it like, it's weird. They call it like a 7, but it's a 10-inch tablet. Android is way better and cheaper. I'm using an Android Samsung Galaxy A12 Nacho, and I have a Samsung Galaxy S4 I got for free. I still runs great and takes decent photos for its age. Yeah, they're great phones. Mine's the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G, which was an AT&T phone that I switched to Straight Talk via the AT&T network, and I really can't complain about it. The only complaint that I would have about it is the fact it lacks like a message light, but you don't really need it because the messages appear right here. The real only complaint I have about it is the battery life is not that great. I don't know if it's because it does a lower milliamp hour battery, but I can get a day out of it, which is enough for me. I mean, I really shouldn't even bother complaining about that because if you can get a day out of your smartphone, to me, that's pretty good. The only other thing you give up with the A series versus a flagship phone like the Galaxy S9, S10, 20, all the flagship phones is wireless charging. This does not do wireless charging, which again, I really don't care. I plug my phone in next to my bed every night anyway, so I don't really need to have that wireless charging feature. Matt, what is your thoughts on the few second clickbait on YouTube? I think what you're referring to are like those ads that come up and say we can lower your car insurance, or do you want to get solar panels? And you can click on them and it displays like a few seconds of a video and then stops. Um, I don't understand them, to be honest with you, because to me they're not really doing anything. They're not really selling you anything, because the video's not long enough to even explain what the whole thing's about. And then half the time when you click on that video or click on the link to try to go to the website, it doesn't work, or it'll bring you to some website that's absolutely shady, like has a whole bunch of pop-ups coming up everywhere. It's like, so yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. YouTube needs to do away with that. If YouTube wants to help the algorithm and they want to help their business model, they need to help out the little guys try to get bigger. And like something like my channel, if they wanted to give me a sponsorship, if they wanted me to, okay, give you an example. I mean, this is kind of a poor example. So here's a thing of extra care hand sanitizer that I got from Dollar Tree. If they want to sponsor me, I could do a review saying, oh, well, I love this hand sanitizer because it's 70% alcohol. It's green in color because it actually has aloe vera in it. So when you use this hand sanitizer, it doesn't dry your skin out. It's a really good product. So I could do product reviews for them that would be way better than those videos that they're trying, or those ads they're trying to pop out in these 2-3 second videos. Chris Garrett, if I can get all the bloatware off this Android, it would be useful. I don't play games on my phone. All I really want to do on the phone is talk and text. See, I do everything on my phone. I hardly ever use my tablet anymore at all. The last time I used my tablet was, I think, on the vacation, probably the one that we took about a year ago to the Ark. And since then I may have used it once or twice, but I have a hard time holding it because I have pretty small hands for a guy, and it's really weird to have to hold on to the tablet like that. Very seldom do I use tablets, Robert. On occasion, I have an Android, the Samsung Galaxy Tab, and then I also have a oh, what the heck is that thing? That's a Kindle Fire 7-inch that I got from either a garage sale or a thrift store. I can't remember. And that one I'm more apt to use because it's easier to handle. It's only like 7. That might be an 8-inch one. It's either a 7 or an 8. Blue View 2 on Amazon, $29, free shipping, 32 gig storage, 2 gigs of RAM, 13 megapixel camera. That's not bad. Decent photos, good battery life. I'll have to look that one up. I know there are a lot of aftermarket or no name, quote, no name phones out there. So this is Blue View 2. Looks like there's a Blue View 3 too. Okay, it's a track phone, so it probably would be compatible with something like Straight Talk. Yep, 2 gigahertz, 32 gigs of RAM. Actually, I'm sorry, 32 gigabytes of storage. Actually, 3 gigabytes of RAM. Believe it or not, at least the one that I'm seeing. And this one's $29. Looks like a decent phone. Now that's the Blue View 2. Supposedly there's a Blue View 3. I wonder if that's their newer. Yeah, that's the newer one. That one is probably, let me look in here. I'm probably guessing that's probably 5G. doesn't say. Still got 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, which usually they give you. They do give you an SD card slot. Running Android 11. Trying to see if it's a 5G. So this is under the total wireless plan. And this one is locked. So if you buy this one for $30, then you're locked to this, whatever this total wireless is. Never heard of it before. It's something that might not be available in my area. It's weird though. It doesn't say if it's a 5G phone or not. I would think the newer one would be. Yeah, it does. It doesn't say. How can they sell that phone so cheap? I know it amazes me. There's another version here that's $69, and that maybe that's on another network. Okay, yeah, okay. So what it is, the track phone version of that phone is $69. This total, whatever this total wireless is, the one that's 29. And I've never heard of that before. Maybe you guys have. I might just be out of the loop. Total wireless equals total disaster, and T-Mobile equals T-Noble. Is Total Wireless part of T-Mobile? Maybe it is. Maybe it's like they're, who knows? I don't want the iPhone. Was I do not want an iPhone, the newest. Most of the newer iPhone screens are too small. Yeah, it would be like a nice small tablet. I mean, for 29 bucks, the track phone one it looks like is 69 though. So this Blue View 3 you can get on Total Wireless, locked to that for 29 or 69 for the smart track phone one. The Blue View 2 you can get for $29.99 on track phone, but that's a CDMA phone. I mean, is that track? Yeah, that's track phone. So I'm assuming the 3, it doesn't say, but I'm assuming the Blue View 3 is probably 5G because the 2 is 4G LTE. But it literally does not say if it's 5G or not. I could probably, here we go. That's not even giving me an option. So maybe it is just 4G too. I don't know. But man, we really got off topic here. We started discussing mental health, and now we're on to smartphones. All right, folks, I'm going to have to end it here because my tooth where I had them removed, they're really starting to throb, and a lot of that is because of my chatting. But I think we had some fun tonight. I just kind of, you guys helped me out, get me to do something and get a little discussion going. Even if if it strays off topic, that's fine. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay tuned for more live streams coming in the future. And it probably will be live streams. I can't imagine I'm going to be doing a lot of like regular uploads, other than maybe the review of the 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan. Brian Throw, my mental health state is okay. Besides stressed and overwhelmed, I'm living my life okay. That's what we got to strive for now. Things happen. We make mistakes in life. We get overwhelmed. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Life is still good. All right, folks, thanks for coming. Please continue to like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Super chats are always appreciated. They're not expected, but they are appreciated if you can, help out the channel. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.